Gambia, Jammeh's last stand. It appears that Gambians' worst fears are about to be realized, with him refusing to stand aside and attempting to hold onto power by any means necessary. What so many have failed to grasp is that he is deaf to all appeals and can only be removed by force. It's surprising that after 22 years under his rule we have learned nothing, and he continues to bamboozle both Gambians and the international community. For the latter, they must abide by due legal processes and give him an ultimatum and the time to comply. In our case, the 19th January. It is logical for former members of the army, security apparatus, and government to flee out of his reach for now, and his latest closure of the border with Senegal is evidence of his determination to stop this happening. For the rest, especially the coalition, it is essential that they stay with the people who have elected them. It is a sad fact that so many supporters have deserted their leaders in time of trouble or failed to stand up for them when it mattered. We have a track record of betrayal and failure by the people of their leaders who tried to stand on their behalf, ranging from Budge to lawyer Dabo. It is time for us to stand together if Jammeh is to go. Those who keep appealing for peace and no military intervention are ignoring 22 years of evidence in front of our eyes. You cannot reason with a snake. Its head must be cut off for the snake be neutralized. Jammeh must be killed for his hold on power to be broken. Whether in or out of Gambia, he will continue to meddle and cause problems. His continued interference in Casamance and Guinea-Bissau bear witness to his nature. Military intervention can have many forms. With modern weapons and technology, he could be killed without a single Comog soldier setting foot on Gambian soil. Highly sophisticated weapons guided by satellites can identify a single moving vehicle and destroy it. Gaddafi's convoy was identified by satellite tracking and the lead vehicles destroyed from the air. The convoy was forced to stop and the rest is history. For all his bunkers, they could easily be stormed with him and his loyalists flushed out. There are laser-guided bombs with pinpoint accuracy that can penetrate many feet of concrete. Every army has snipers with modern rifles that can hit a moving target from kilometers away. At this moment in time, there is no need for a full-scale military invasion. The enemy is one man and around 10 loyalists around him, intending to continue 22 years of misrule and one of the worst abuses of power in modern history. Why should he be allowed to loot, kill and destroy a whole country of over 1 million people? The Taliban and Osama bin Laden had almost impenetrable security, not even using mobile phones, which can trace and the user targeted to within 10 meters. Once his location was known, he was identified by satellites from outer space, his height calculated and his identity confirmed. 2 helicopters of U.S. troops landed next door and he was captured. DCC claimed to be monitoring Jammeh's every movement and should be fully aware of his location at any given moment. All that would be necessary would be to liaise with the external military forces and pass on the necessary information. ECOWAS have recognized the reality of the situation and are prepared to do the dirty work. The problem is Gambians insisting on a peaceful handover, thus tying their hands. Peace at any price is appeasement, which has never worked. You cannot compromise with the likes of Jammeh. Kill him or leave him in power. Failure to do so will lead to the loss of many more lives and a missed opportunity which could cost our country dearly for generations to come. History, including the Second World War, is full of examples where a single decisive action could have saved tens of millions of lives. Will the lives of people like Hello Jallo, Shanal Nyasi, Saidibu Haidara, Kora Sis, Dida Haidara and so many unsung heroes have been lost in vain because Gambians are too cowardly to allow Comog to take out Jammeh? We don't even have to do it ourselves. All that has to be done is to give the competent authorities the nod to go ahead. If not, the Gambians do not deserve to be free. Our grandfathers fought in Germany, Burma, and many died for the freedom the democratic world enjoys today. Ours is a shameful generation of cowards in the name of peaceful transition. There is no peace from the wicked and no democracy without being willing to fight and kill for it. Why does the US keep such a huge military machine? For fun. Why does even the Gambia have an army, to create employment or labor for Jammeh's farm? Military action is the continuation of diplomacy when all else fails. In politics, there is a place for war and killing, ideally as a last resort. Would Saddam Hussein have left Kuwait without a war? Only Gambians live in a utopian bubble muttering Yalla Bana, Bayako. God is good, leave him alone. Sharia law commands murderers to be killed as well as rapists, blasphemers, idolaters. He who would have introduced an Islamic State should be the first to be judged by Sharia law. Evil men have to be stopped by death when all else fails. In typical Gambian fashion, the one who should have sacked Yahya Jammeh from the gendarmerie and spared us this regime failed to take action. Now the same mistake is about to happen again for the same sentimental foolishness in the name of peaceful transition. A line in the sand has been drawn. If effective action is not taken to terminate Jammeh, all credibility will be lost and international support will melt away. The problem never was Jammeh, but the Gambian people. He does not appear to be Gambian by birth, has no love or respect for Gambians, and yet his rise to power was aided and abetted by Gambians all the way to today. He is a monster created by Gambians. We, Gambians, are our own problem because we will not fight for our own well-being. Even now we are waiting for external forces to liberate us from an internal oppressor. Only Gambians sit idly waiting for someone else to solve our problems. What is the matter with us? Denial, selfishness, cowardice. We are a disgrace as a nation. Gambia, Jammeh's last stand. It appears that Gambians' worst fears are about to be realized.